Brendan, we are seeing on top of this breaking traffic situation, 894 on the westbound side still closed due to a multi-vehicle crash near Forest Home Avenue in the Greenfield area. Here's a look at the westbound lanes here. You can see traffic is at a standstill. The backups are extending back towards the Mitchell interchange along 894. Let's take another viewpoint of 894. This is right near 84th Street. You can see here no vehicles traveling along the westbound stretch. That is because that full interstate closure, 894 traffic is being diverted off the interstate right near 76th Street. So if you're looking to get around this, maybe use Howard Avenue or Layton Avenue to get you around this full interstate closure. If you're still going to drive on the interstate system along 894, add on some additional time because this is going to slow down drivers significantly this morning. Now on the eastbound stretch, we are seeing emergency vehicles there. This is just due to a stalled vehicle, so something totally unrelated to the multi-vehicle crash along 894 West. We're going to continue to monitor the situation. If anything changes or those lanes open, we'll let you know. Simone and Tom, over to you. All right. We still have this breaking traffic situation. 894 in the westbound stretch still closed due to a multi-vehicle crash right at Forest Home Avenue in the Greenfield area. So this is the westbound stretch here. You can see those delays are starting to build along the westbound stretch down to about 27th Street, closer to the Mitchell interchange. So if you are traveling 894 West, you're going to want to add on some additional time because of this interstate closure. Traffic is being diverted off the interstate system right at 76th Street, and then you can get on just past 84th Street. So let's take a look at 894 along 84th Street. This is the westbound stretch here. You can see no vehicles traveling through that area. What we're also seeing along 894 on the eastbound side is a little bit of slowdowns as well. This is separate. This is due to a stalled vehicle. A tow truck just arrived on scene here, so it's causing some slowdowns along the eastbound stretch of 894. So we're seeing delays 894 West because of the road closure, 894 East because of this stalled vehicle there. Add on some additional time, or if you want to avoid the interstate system along 894, use Howard Avenue or Layton Avenue to get around this. Simone and Tom, over to you. 36 now, and happening today, a new mountain biking trail is opening up at Clutch Park in Glendale. But before the trail officially opens, I stopped by and spoke to riders and members of Metro Mountain Bikers, a nonprofit organization that works to build new trails and promote riding. Members say this trail took about 3 years to develop, working with Milwaukee County Parks and the DNR to find potential new areas for hiking and mountain biking. The hope is by having more mountain biking trails within the city, it will provide better access to kids and families who just want to get out and ride.
If we build more trails, that gives more opportunities for kids to get out on bikes and ride. They don't need a super fancy mountain bike.
I think it's imperative that we do have access to trails closer to the city, closer to where the bus routes are. Many of the other trails are a long haul from the city, and as we're building more trails in the county parks, that makes it accessible to all people and all bikes.
And volunteers spent about 1,000 hours working together to build the trail, from removing invasive species to carving out the new path. Both Ben and Janine were some of those volunteers, and they're both part of the National Interscholastic Cycling Association. They say you don't need to be a mountain biking expert to ride this trail.
There's not really much of a barrier to entry. You can just pull up to Clutch and ride it. The trail is really good for beginners.
In the Milwaukee metro area, we have about 2.5 miles now. Before that, it was like 1.25. And if we want to get more kids on bikes, we need access to trails. We work really hard in our cycling association to break down barriers, and having play space is part of that.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. And that kickoff ceremony is tonight at 6 p.m. It's open to the public.